Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I will be doing a review kind of discussion of, almost said it backwards, This Lie Will Kill You. If you have seen my previous video, you might have seen this book in my Books a Million book haul. I had gathered a couple of books that I had seen at bargain, like in the bargain section, and picked them up, and so that's where this book came from. This is not supposed to be one of the 12 books that I am reading for like a book a month, but it kind of just so happens that I was done with my book for February and then decided to just read this one for whatever reason. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and kind of go through the discussion of this, review of this. I did get it at Books a Million, as I previously mentioned. It was at bargain $2.97, which is part of the reason why I purchased it. The other part is the covering of this book. I am very much a person that is drawn to a book by its cover, and then I will tend to read the back, and if it seems interesting, I'll pick it up most of the time. So yeah, as much as I say don't judge a book by its cover, which is very true, I don't think you should do that to people. I kind of do pick books up based on the cover, and if the cover pulls me in, then I'm more likely to buy it, you know? Also, what I didn't realize until a little bit later is that this is also in the spirit of Karen McManus, which is an author that I enjoy reading her books from. I have read One of Us Is Lying, which I think was her debut book, and that one's a great one. And then I've read the follow-up, the sequel to it, called One of Us Is Next, which... Did I do a review? I don't think I did a review for that one. That one was so-so. Anyways, we're not talking about those books, we're talking about this book. This is called This Lie Will Kill You. This is by Chelsea... Oh my goodness, what's the... Chelsea Pitcher is the author of this book. And basically what is going on in this book is somebody died at a party, and there were 5 people involved in that death. They've all been invited to this mansion for what they think is going to be a like scholarship to go to college. I think the prize is $50,000, which who would say no to that? To be honest, if you know, back in college, I probably would have said, yeah, all right, this is an odd way of doing things, but I'll go. Basically, it's a premise where, you know, they've been invited to join in this, I don't even think that it specifies, yeah, so they're in the mansion competing at a prize of $50,000, sorry, which is based off of a scholarship. So that does intrigue them. They go there and then they realize the other people that are with them are people that were involved in that death, like that they all had a part in, and they realize that this is a little bit more sinister than what they had anticipated. They had already gone in there with a feeling that something wasn't quite right. This kind of settles it for them. And whoever is, you know, has set this up is trying to get to the bottom of that death, figure out what's going on, what happened, who did it, why, that kind of stuff. So it's an interesting premise for sure. I liked the book, but I wasn't in love with the book, and part of the reason is this book has the word pale in it at least 30 times. If there was $1 for every time I had read the word pale or paler, I would have probably near $30. Like the first few pages I was like, okay, but I just realized that throughout this entire book, that was one word that I was gonna get, and at least a word per chapter was gonna be that word pale, which irks me because I feel like you didn't try to really describe people in a different way. It took me a couple of chapters to realize that not every person in there is pale, and not that there's anything wrong with being pale, but you could have used more descriptive words, in my opinion, instead of going back to pale. Like, what else can you use, you know? I kind of knew where the book was going by the end of it, though I will say there were a couple of twists that I didn't expect, and also I cried. If a book can make me cry, it's made me feel something that I would just kind of, like, you know, I wouldn't, obviously if I felt something then I wouldn't not feel it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, like, it just, sorry, I've And there's a scent around here that's like a strong scent, like a clean scent that my nose is trying to adapt to, and I think it's because I washed my hands earlier, and it's, ooh, trying to adapt. So that's why I'm probably also sounding a little bit weird and a little bit rushed. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes, this book made me cry. And when a book can make me cry, I generally take that as a good sign, as a good book, because it made me feel an emotional attachment to it, like I felt something for it, you know? Towards the end, it did that, but the constant use of pale still has made me think that this is still a 3-star rating, a 3.5, because of how because of the emotions that it made me feel towards the end. As much as I wanted to give this a 4, because it is an interesting premise. I mean, you've got people in a mansion competing for what they think is going to be a prize, only to find out, oh no, you're here because you partook in a death, and we want to, you know, someone wants to know why. Someone wants you to pay for what you've done, clearly. So it's an interesting premise, but I still would rate this at a 3.5. If you can find it at this price, I would say buy it. If you find it at the regular price, because I think regular price is $17. I didn't almost drop the book. Yes, I did. I almost dropped it. Yeah, regular price is $17.99 in the US and $23.99 in Canada, which I'm always super surprised by, like, how more expensive it is in Canada. Not just books, but other things in general. Anyway, but if you were to see this at full price, honestly, I would recommend that you just get it on Kindle or borrow it from the library, whether it's hardcover, paperback. I don't know if it comes in paperback or in Kindle format, to be honest. But yeah, that was kind of my review of it. That's how I viewed it. Yeah, little itch there. It's not a super long video, but it's also not super short, and I don't want to keep talking because at that point it's just going to be rambling. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what book you guys are currently reading. I don't know if you've seen my last video, but I'm currently reading Silent Storm, a Master Chief story by, oh my goodness, I don't know who the author is, but I have it both in paperback and I have it on Kindle from the library because I don't really like to take my paperbacks and hardcovers with me places nowadays, now with my Kindle, but that's currently what I'm reading. But anyways, let me know what you are reading. Have you read this book? If you've read this book, let me know your thoughts below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you think, you know, what were the best parts of it? What were the worst parts of it to you? Do you agree and that there was too much use of the word pale there? Because that's my one thing with this book. It was so much. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.